Hello and a warm welcome to Mom I Love, and I am Shubhoshri. So as we were doing a series video on right brain training, so here is our second video on the list. So as I mentioned that our first video was related to where I was explaining that what is actually right brain training and how our right part of the brain works. In this video, I will be talking to you about the prerequisites which you must establish before you start the right brain training with your child. So I will be sharing 6 points with you where I will talk about that what you need to establish, what you need to understand, or how you need to frame your environment before you start with right brain training. So before I start my video, as always, I would request you to subscribe to my channel because Mom I Love is all about parenting, parent-child relationship, early childhood education, and a lot more that revolves around parenting. So please consider subscribing to our channel and press that bell icon to get all the latest notification of the videos that are forthcoming. So here is something I would like to share with you before I give you the 6 points. That is, every child has their own strengths and weaknesses. They have a certain kind of liking. We cannot force a child to love mathematics who love to paint or draw. So these are the characteristics of your child which you as a parent will understand the most. So as you understand what are the strengths of your child, focus to do that thing even better with your child. I'm not telling you that, refrain from what your child doesn't like to do. It is not at all like that, but you have to specifically focus on their strengths. Also work upon their weaknesses, and this is only about right brain training. So before you teach your child something, it is very essential you pay attention to these foundation tips. So I'm going to share with you 6 tips which you must establish before you start with the training. So the first tip in this video is you have to establish a very calming relationship with your child. Your child must be attached with you. So here I'm talking about parent-child relationship. So if you want to learn more about parent-child relationship, that how to strengthen your bond with your child, then you can watch a video out there, or I would link it in the description box below. So connecting with your child is very, very important. Be it in the long life, be it while you are teaching your child, whatever it is, your connection matters the most in this world. So, when we think about is there anybody to talk to around me, sometimes kids take some different steps when they don't find anybody beside them. But only your relationship with which you build today with your child will help your child go even further in life, and they will never feel that nobody is there for me. Therefore, even in right brain training, first of all, the parent, especially the mother, has to establish a very good relationship with the child. And while you are teaching your child, you have to be happy and connected and bonded together. So the second tip in this video is practice. So you have to practice a lot with your child. So do not expect that overnight things will change and your child would learn things just like a miracle. This is not going to happen. It is a time taking process, and your child will learn over time. So give your child and yourself that time and opportunity to learn and see how you evolve over time. The third point in this video is bring variation into what you teach. So, most of the time we have to use flashcards of various types. So, while you are making your child practice something, make sure you are giving some variation. Sometimes you are doing about some objects, sometimes it is about some colors, maths, and very different objects from around you. That will keep the interest of your child, and repeating the same thing over and over again will start boring your child. So never do that. Never cross that limit where your child feel that I am bored, I don't want to do this. Never let your child feel that, and always keep a good variety of things for your child to do. The fourth and one of the most important tip is that whenever you are about to teach your child something just for 2 to 3 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever it is, you have to make sure that your child is calm. So for that you can play some alpha music for that, which you can repeat over the time. Your child is not going to get bored with that. Be calm yourself as well. It is very important that when we are about to teach our child about something, when we are going to sit with their studies, it is mandate that we are focused and we are calm. no other tension is burdening our head, and we are not thinking, we are not agitated or irritated from inside. Even that is important for your child as well. So make them calm, make your environment calm, ensure that the space you have chosen for the education time is quiet and has no other distractions in it. So in this way, it will be very helpful for your child to capture things very fast. The fifth point in this video is you have to keep your positive energy in front of your child. When we are positive from inside, that is felt by our child even more. So you have to give that positive energy to your child and show that positive mood and attitude to your child, so that they can also capture that mood and react in the same way. So for example, your child is taking a nap in the afternoon, and after that in the evening you plan to make him sit for study. So when you call your child, if you do it in a very polite and calm way and make him understand that now it is time to get up and we will refresh and then we will start with something very exciting, so that excitement remains within your child and they accelerate that motion, that positivity from there. Whereas if you just push them, hey, now you have to wake up, we have to study, why do you sleep for so long? So if you use such kind of words and if you show your agitation to your child, that is going to be within your child and he is going to be very lazy, he is not ready to learn, and you have to face all these consequences. So it is, after all, very important that you show a positive mood to your child and you give out your positive energy. You keep your positive energy in front of you when you are about to teach your child. The sixth and the last point in this video is that, sometimes kids are not ready to learn no matter what we do. So if that is the situation, take some break. Take a break, give your child some time to settle down again, then you can start. If not, like sometime I do that with my child. Sometimes she's not feeling to learn something, she's not ready to write or read something, I give her alternative options. If she's not at all okay, I leave that day, because only for one day if she doesn't study, that is not going to hamper her anyways. However, if I tell her to study at that point of time when she doesn't want, then it will be a bad notion about studying. I don't like to study, studying is something which is forcefully done. So I don't want to push this inside my child. So sometime if they are not in the mood, no matter what you do for that, just leave for that moment and start later after your child is in a better position. So that was all for today about how you should prepare for the right brain training with your child. In our third video, which is our upcoming video, we will teach you about how to do the energy ball exercise with your child before you start with the flashcards. So the method I'll be following is from the Shishida method, which is about right brain training, and we will take this further. So I hope you'll be liking this journey with me and you try all these things hands-on with your child and see the difference yourself. So stay tuned and subscribe to my channel and take a look at the next video, which will be about energy ball exercise before you start with flashcards with your child. See you in my next video. Till then, bye-bye.